Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be catching up with a good friend of mine, Darth Micro, who was a full-time content creator for Raid that has since moved on to doing other things. But I wanted to get an outside perspective of what he sees going on in Raid with the Doom Tower, the Forge, and get somebody's opinion from the outside looking in that used to play Raid and see if it's going to be enough to make him come back or what it would take to bring him back as a player. And we'll talk about other games on the market because he dives into a lot more other stuff than I do currently, so it's good to get a perspective of what else is out there, what's coming up down the road, and what he thinks about his experience in all these other games. So I think this will be a fun one, and let's get into it. All right, I am now joined by my brother and good friend, Darth Micro. How you been?
Dude, I've been absolutely excellent. How have you been, Brad?
Hanging in there. Can't complain. Just still grinding away. What have you been up to these days? What are you playing? What are you doing content on? What's on Darth Micro's mind currently?
My life at the moment. What am I eating? So what I've been doing is a couple of things. Real life first. Been hanging out with a lady friend. She lives 2 hours away, one way. So I've been heading over there a lot to hang out with her, which means I've been learning to schedule videos, which I know you do a lot, and I've really not used the schedule YouTube thing very often. So
Have you ever done the Premiere thing?
I tried the Premiere. Every time I've done the Premiere, I think it's messed up the video. Like it's had a problem with it. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, if there's something with the algorithm I don't understand. But I mean, I had a video that got plugged to all of Marvel, like their main Facebook page, Discord, everything. It may have something to do with the way like external views are calculated, but there was like 500,000 people it got plugged to, and that video got like 2,000 views. But it was a Premiere, was the thing. So I was thinking maybe there was something messed up with the plug in Premiere. I don't know, but I have tried them. I'm not a huge fan of the Premieres, to be honest.
I finally tried it once last week and I liked it. But mine didn't have a bug like yours. So obviously if it had a bug or seemed weird, that would be different. But yeah,
or it's just a shitty video, but it got plugged to so many people. I was like, why is this the worst video of the month? You know, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, that is weird. No, mine seemed to do normal. But I did it a few months after yours. I just tried it like 2 days ago. But yeah,
I've done two of them.
For those who don't know, a Premiere YouTube video is you release a video and it comes out at a very specific time and it's like a movie instead of like so everybody starts it at the same time and then the content creator's there in the chat watching it with you. So it's kind of a fun little I think I'm gonna try it like once every few weeks or something just to mix stuff up.
Yeah,
but...
I also did that for the Ray Challenge's music video I did back in the day.
Yeah,
I premiered that one, you know, and that was kind of fun. So for stuff that's kind of hyped up or expected, yeah, they can be kind of fun. But well, I every day would be a little weird, I think. Doing a premiere every day. Today's video premiere is 1 hour.
Yeah. I think it's mainly designed to be for like big deals, like a hyped up video. But anyway, we went off on a tangent. You were saying, sorry, go ahead and finish your thought.
So IRL stuff. When learning the schedule, also got Kitten. So I got a little kitten who's running around now. I actually have to lock her in the room when I'm recording videos because her favorite toy is currently the power cord to the modem. So that's kind of a problem when you're streaming.
Yeah, I have a kitten as well. And when I use my mouse, obviously the cord is moving like behind the desk, and the cat will see the cord moving and attack my mouse, be pulling on it when I'm trying to.
Yep.
So yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel you on that one, man. So that's what I've been doing IRL, and you asked about in-game too. So I've been playing Eve Echoes. It's kind of like a spaceship economy type of game. Great game. Been loving that a lot. I'm more of the management role. I spend most of my time like managing hundreds of people or making decisions and stuff, and kind of less of like flying around, blowing stuff up, you know. And I've been really enjoying that aspect of it as well. And then also I've been figuring out what I want to do with my business / YouTube channel, right? And kind of figuring out the route to go with that and all that. So I've been kind of doing variety stuff at the moment.
Okay, and of all the games you've kind of branched out on in the last 2 years, what would be your top 3 out of Star Wars, Marvel, Raid, Eve Echoes, Exos Heroes? If you had to pick the 3 that you enjoyed the most out of all the games you've branched out on in the last 2 years.
Okay, so from my current perspective, I would say that looking back, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes was one of the best games I've played. Up until the point of Relics, I believe. At that point, it started to go downhill a little bit quicker. I think they recovered a little bit later, but then it never kind of It never went back to what fully was, in my opinion. I think Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes would be one of the three in its prime. In the last 2 years, are these only new games I've discovered in the last 2 years?
No,
Or are these
just games you've done content on in the last since
okay?
your channel.
I think Eve Echoes has been really fun for me personally. Not so much for like a YouTube thing, but as me personally, it's probably one of my more favorite ones, just because I'm really enjoying kind of management, bro. And I'm interacting like every day in voice chats with my followers and stuff now. You know, it's like every day you can go in the Discord and I'll just chat with you, or we'll take shots together. I mean, the other day we watched The Boys on TV together, or we all hopped in there and we watched the Boys, season 2, episode 5 together. Stuff like that. Just being able to interact with the audience, outside of just Twitch texting, has really been encouraging for the channel for me. So I think Eve Echoes is one of those for that reason. And then other than that, anytime anyone asks me a favorite game, I'm always going to mention old school RuneScape, just because it's the nearest dearest game to my heart, and always will be, even if I'm not playing it at the moment.
Okay, cool. And do you think any of these games have staying power, like Exos Heroes and Eve Echoes and these new ones that have kind of blown up on the scene? Which one do you think has like the most potential to be a main game for players?
So old school RuneScape is always going to be around in some form or another. Whether or not the company ever shuts down, I don't know. I don't think so, because they got bought out by a major, I think, Chinese company, if I remember correctly, and so they're funded. But they do have, the game came out in 2001, and just that was original RuneScape, and they remade the version of 2007. Back in, what was it, like 2014, they remade the 2007 version, right? So they're going back and remaking the previous versions of it because they're so good. When that happens, then I believe the game has staying power. This has happened with games like World of Warcraft, with like privatized servers, or classic vanilla. And one, it brings back a resurgence of players. And two, it shows that those old players are longtime fans and will come back. So I think for that reason, plus RuneScape's kind of an anomaly in and of itself, where the players just are freaks of the nature and love that game only. And that kind of has staying power. Eve Echoes has staying power for sure, because again, it's a 20-year-old game that's coming from PC. This is not a new game. This is EVE Online that is done on mobile, which is significantly dumbed down, to be honest. It's not near as hard as EVE Online, and there's some niceties in it to make it more mobile friendly, but it's still EVE. And for that reason, people who like EVE, they're going to be playing this game. Plus, it's a very unique game in and of itself. It's the only real type of game of itself on the market. For that reason, I think it has some staying power, unless the company itself, has a problem. And Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, I don't think has staying power, and I think it's on its way out the door. You probably have another year, maybe. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I said that a year ago, But, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes is continually making the player base angry and angrier. They don't have these updates where people are like, that was a great update. I don't know if I've seen one of those in recent memory. And everything seems to kind of continually make the game worse and more heavily paywalled. Plus, it's an old game for mobile, for a mobile fragment game, and it's a fragment collector. And a lot of these games are going gacha these days. So there's a few issues with Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. I think that one doesn't have staying power, but the other two do, because they're more MMO and less gacha fragment collector.
Okay, cool. Now I know you kind of dabble into more a broader perspective of games than I do, so it's fun to kind of pick your brain on what's going on out there. But then I'll use that to segue to Raid, because I know that's like 90% of what I do. So
yeah, and the people who are watching, they play Raid. Sure,
they're probably like, it's been 7 minutes. Like, let's get to the
audience retention stats.
That's right. So like, from an outside perspective of somebody who used to be hardcore into Raid and then has since kind of moved on to other games, I know you know about the Doom Tower, the Forge. What's kind of your thought process, and if you would ever return, things like that nature.
So as it stands here, I'm going to return to check out the Doom Tower. So I said that when I left, that when the Void Tower comes out, come back, mess around with it. I did check out the Forge update. I actually streamed it yesterday for like an hour or something, and I logged in just to kind of check out the update, take a peek at things. And that's really what it was. I think what I realized after leaving is there's 3 things I really enjoy, which is one, the community of people that I've interacted with, meaning people like you or my clan or viewers, the people that I interact with fairly commonly. I miss those people. I also miss, to be honest, I kind of miss just shitting on the updates, because you look at the updates and it's so easy to talk about them. I mean, and they make it easy. You know what I mean? To have it constantly pump out just garbage. So it's super easy to just be like, what are you doing? every day and not just be repeating yourself because it's always something new. So I do kind of miss that. But you know, what was, oh, I said 3 things. You know, I said the community, I said the shitting on the updates. What was, I remember that it's shard openings for people. You know, like,
yeah, yep.
I do kind of miss the shard openings for people because, like, those were exciting to do, even though I'm not getting the characters. Because I mean, who doesn't like to open shards? And I think that's kind of like the crux of the game, right? I mean, if the shard magic wasn't there, I don't think people would be in this game. You know.
And
So
yeah, the graphics and the dopamine summoning, yeah, probably.
right, it's a big core part of it. So for me, I realized a lot of these other games don't have the dopamine mechanic as well done as this game does. You know, they get the gambling addict out of you in Raid. They do a good job at that, and so I kind of miss that as well, to be honest, because everyone likes a big rush of dopamine. So I like opening up the shards for people. If in terms of ever coming back, like you're saying, it would really just be I'll check out the Doom Tower, see what that's up to. You know, I kind of bummed that it's only once a month, but you know, whatever. There's new bosses. We'll look. And as far as my perception on everything else I've said and felt, it's pretty much still firmly there. The only way I'm coming back is if I see a reason to come back, or if I see people want me to open their shards. And you know, I'm doing these giveaways, so I like doing the account giveaways. And I'm kind of finding my own way to still do raid stuff without actually like advertising the game or, you know, playing the game. Like I'm still giving away thousands of dollars of, you know, raid accounts, and I'll do shard openings for people if people have a ton of shards and want me to open their shards. That's
like
kind of
like me, for example.
Huh?
Like me, for example.
Yeah, like you. It ended up being a very good video. People love that one.
Yeah, that was
So
fun.
that was a good one. So yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. You know, hanging out with my buddies, opening some shards. There's no harm in that. No harm, no foul. I'll do that stuff. That's what the channel was built out of anyway, was the dopamine. I got no problem with doing that stuff. But actual daily content, I'm like grinding the game and this character guide and stuff, that's not me.
Cool. Okay. Then I guess what is the game for you in terms of your channel, and is going to be kind of a staple for the months heading forward?
I don't think I have a staple for the month heading forward. I think I'm going to kind of go the route of checking out new games, giving reviews of those games, and doing a sequence of videos on that game at a time. For instance, Eve Echoes came out. I did some original videos on that, talked about it for a bit, and now those videos are being moved to my second channel, and I'll continue pumping out videos on my second channel for it while I move forward on my main channel to check out the new games coming out, such as like Genshin Impact, for example, will be coming up here, or Tom Clancy. I'm working on a deal with them. And so games like that are coming out that I would like to try moving forward, new stuff. And then I can give my opinion. This game sucks. This game's good, whatever. People seem to like my opinion, or listening to me talk about my opinion on games. It seems to kind of be what I've honed in on the channel. So I'm going to kind of go that way more. It just seems to make sense.
I've heard mixed reviews on Elite Squad. Can you give me a quick little 1-minute rundown of your?
Yeah, I haven't done anything with them yet. The game's just another fragment collector. So the game's cool. It's another fragment collector. The issue people have with it is that the combat's all automated. So you get into the battle and you're not actually controlling the characters. You get 2 like command buttons, which are like you can use like a miso, or you get choose abilities, basically, okay, like 2 Diablo moves, right? You get choose 2 runes, whatever you want to call them, and you get to use those, okay? But the characters do what the characters do. I mean, you can build the team, and they have synergies and all that stuff, and really the game comes down to like the team synergies and how you're building them, but you don't control the characters. They run around the combat field like shooting the people or healing their partners. They do that all themselves. So I actually really like that, because I don't know about you, but it seems like almost gosh, a game I've played almost always boils down to auto combat anyway at some point. And I don't mind that the game's built upon auto combat. It makes sense. They can balance it off of auto combat. You know, I understand why people don't like that. It doesn't seem like you're actually playing the game, but the game is in the collecting and the synergizing and building the teams, and it's not in controlling the team in the battle, which makes way more sense to me on a game that's about collecting anyway. So for me, I actually don't mind that, but a lot of people do, and that's a fair criticism.
Yeah, it comes down to the individual player. You're going to have some people that prefer the macro, and some people that prefer the micro. The macro being the setting up your account, synergizing teams, and the micro being, you know, actually targeting this you know, enemy with this skill. So yeah, and I that's the thing with Raid is why some people love the arena and love manualing the arena, and some people would just rather set up teams and auto farm. It just comes down, there is no right or wrong answer. It comes down to what you prefer.
I think the game would have been significantly more fun as a gacha and not as a fragment collector. That way, it's about like actually collecting the heroes, you know, not farming the heroes. Fragment collectors tend to not be super exciting when you're farming the heroes because you get them like one piece at a time over 1,000 days or something. Whereas in gachas, you know, you collect the hero, it's like, oh my god, I got the hero. Plus, then you're having to build the roster off what you pulled. You would still run into the same problems of $16,000 with no Dracomorph, right? You still have those people, but the innate system of it being a full auto system would make more sense, I think, than maybe a fragment makes it more fair, the free to play. But that's just how I see it.
Yeah, I prefer the summoning system of raid personally, for the reasons that you gave. The only problem is the no dupe system. That's just crippling. Now if raid if raid pulled off a successful dupe system, boom, like that would be.
I would come back. I will come back to raid. Like that is one of the things I've always said would make me like a fan again. Is you have to have a duplicate system. You know, I mean, I still have DMs from a year and a half ago or however long it was. Like a week into the Raid Shadow Legends content creation program. You know, even before there was a program. I mean, I still got DMs of them saying that like it's on the way, and it's not even DMs that matter. Like, I mean, I have DMs like 6 months before they said in a public forum it's on the way.
But
you know what I mean?
But they're not lying. Maybe it is on the way.
And so are the new hungry whales that are coming in with the advertising dollars, which is where it makes sense. You know, and it's just a bummer. But you know, it is what it is. The economics of it makes sense once you start only looking at how games make money, and that's it. All the decisions make sense, and so yeah, it is what it is. But hey, if that comes out and the Doom Tower is not a pile of, you know, and the duplicate legendary system comes out and that's not a pile, you know, and it's not paywalled or you know, one duplicate legendary is a fragment, one fragment for, you know, 100, and then you get something stupid, I'll come back and maybe I'll be excited about the game again. All right, I'll give you that hook.
I really appreciate you cursing responsibly there, because I've been sitting here with a pen and paper writing down when you curse, so that I can go through in post production. And
I figured. I mean, I realized it's not my channel. I hit the button for him. I'll make it easy.
So I got my pen and pad. I've got it written down when I need to censor you. So, but.
Okay. See, now I know for the next one, so I can start you know, dropping the F-bomb a lot more confidently.
All right, brother. Well, no, I appreciate you stopping by and talking some life and gaming and raid and opinions with me. So let everybody know what you're up to and what's going on with you on your way out.
Sure. So on the way out the door, there's 2 things I want you guys to do. 3 things, actually. Let's make it 3. One of which is sub to Brad. The first one is you got to sub to the boy Brad because it's his channel. That's what he's doing. He brought the content. You need to sub to him if you want to see more. Number 2, sub to me because I'm Darth Micro Transaction. I deserve it. But on top of that, I'm doing a giveaway right now. So I'm giving away multiple well accounts. Actually, it seems like 2 days in a row now I've been giving out well accounts from viewers. Shout out to the viewers donating the accounts. Thank you very much. So sub to me and leave the word Brad. He is the keyword. Brad is the keyword on my newest video, and then you have a chance to win a well account. That's what I'm doing anyway. You're asking about raid videos and stuff. That's what I'm doing. I'm giving away accounts. So there's my plug. And the third plug, I know I got 1 plug, but I'm doing 3, Brad, is please donate and help to the charity, which is the Children's Place. I'll send the link to it so it can be in the description.
Yeah, and we have a dedicated video talking about the giveaway and everything in there. And the account is pretty stacked. It's got Miscreated Monster, Vizier, Kutraxa, a bunch of good stuff. So definitely check out Darth's video on that. But yeah, thanks, brother. It's always fun to catch up with you once a month or so.
Thanks, Brad. I appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you again on a WellPod podcast.
That's right. Anytime.
I gotta do another one in like a month.
Anytime.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yep. Cheers. We'll see ya. All right, it's going to do it for this video. And again, a huge shout out to my good friend Darth Micro for taking the time to sit down and voice some perspectives on what's going on in Raid and other games as well. So I will link to this stuff down below in a pinned comment, so it's super easy to find. Go support him and check out his stuff. He's a great guy and a good content creator as well. So it's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.